Hi there, you've got an XC40 and you want playlists from your memory stick. You want it to look a bit like this. So here you go folks, I've got 4 on there at the moment. How do you create these? What you need is to create a text file using Windows. So go into a doc file or doc application or text application on your PC. And then what you need to do is you need to highlight all the tracks in a folder, okay? And you need to right click after you've highlighted in that folder and copy as path and then paste it into your text file, okay? So you're creating a brand new text file. Then from there, you need to highlight the first part of each of one of those text paths, which will basically be speech marks, the folder path, back to a backslash, highlight all of that, and then go right click on edit to go replace. So you're effectively finding replacing. What you're then going to do is you're going to, in the find element, it'll just paste in what you've just done. So that's a file path with the speech marks at the start. And then underneath in the replace will be nothing. Go replace them all with blanks. Then you need to put in a inverted comma into the find section and then replace with nothing. Do the same with all of that with blanks. Excuse me. So what that's doing is effectively removing your file path and the speech marks on either side of the file name. You'll be left with all your file names left, including any .mp3s and things like that. You'll have a whole list of those. So that's given you all of that. Then you need to save your file, your text file as. Okay, so what you need to do is save as with all file types rather than just as a text file type in the lower setting, and then you need to change the last 3 letters to .m3u rather than .txt. So .m3u. Save that with the file name of your playlist. Okay, so it'll be playlist name .m3u. That's still a text file. Save it in the directory where you've got all those music files, and then you're going to drop it in under there or wherever you put it, one or the other, whichever one you put it in. And then when you come onto here and you go for search up here, you will end up across here having playlists. Now just bear in mind it's a little bit temperamental, and I've had to take it out, put it back, try it a few times. It didn't seem to acknowledge, but ultimately it did. At the moment I've got 4 playlists in there, which is 4 more than I had previously. So if you've got any questions, please come back to me. But it is possible on the old version, this is the kind of, I don't know if it's a Google version or what, but this is a 2021 XC40. It is possible to get your playlists in without too much hassle, but you need a PC really. If you try and do it in Google, if you try to do it on Android, it just, or on a Chromebook, it all falls down. Do it on a PC and it is doable. A little bit of a faff, but it'll take me about 10 minutes to put together a playlist of a folder. So what I've done is I've put it all into my playlist is effectively in a folder. That's what I've done. I forgot to say that. My playlist is effectively in a folder, copying all those files, but I'm not copying the files, I'm just copying the file path and then pasting that as text into the right area, and bada bish bada bang. Let me take you inside and show you exactly what I'm on about here. Okay, let me see if I can show you exactly what I mean that we need to do here. So first of all, you need to open up Explorer, and here I've got on a memory stick on this USB-D drive here, look, all these different folders. So I've just done Rock and Heavy 1, so let's just say I want to do Rock and Heavy 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to text or notepad. In fact, notepad will be fine. Notepad. I'll open that up as an app. I'm going to, it seems to have default to the one I finished on a minute ago. So I'll just go File, New Window. So this is a brand new clean notepad, okay? I'm going to click off that now and just click back into here. So I'm going to go Rock and Heavy 2 and double click on there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the first track on that playlist, and then I'm going to use the little toggle down the side to drag down, so it's a little bit awkward with a little tracker pad down here, but I can click on there and that's the whole lot highlighted. Okay, now I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy as a path. Okay, now I'm going to go on to back into my notepad file, and now I'm going to right click, bit of dirt on the screen. Now I'm going to right click and go paste. So now I've got all of the files there, but unfortunately they've got, for each file there, they've got a like a destination element with a semicolon at the start. So up to that backslash there, I'm going to right click that and go copy. Then I'm going to go edit and I'm going to go replace, which is effectively find there and replace. Right click in there and paste in there. So that now is my Rockin' Heavy 2, and replace with nothing. Now I'm going to hit replace all. So now what that has done instantly is it's taken off all that front end stuff. Now I'm going to do the same again, edit, and I'm going to go replace. I just want to get rid of the semicolon at the end now. So I'm just going to type the semicolon in and then go replace all. Okay. So again, give it a second to sort of think about what it's doing, and there it is. So now I've got all my tracks there. I don't know why I've got Cinderella Coming Home at the start rather than at the end, but it doesn't really bother me that much, although I wouldn't mind moving Cinderella Coming Home to the end. So let's just move that, cut it, and move that one right down to here, because I don't want to have a Cinderella track at the start twice. And I'm going to paste that in there. So now Cinderella's at the end. Okay, so there you go. So that's my folder. It's just a list of all the files that are going to be in that folder, and I'm then going to put this file into that folder. So now I'm going to go File, Save As. Okay, now what I need to do now is I need to change it from a text document to all files. Okay, and then what I need to do is give it a name. So I'm going to call it, as you say, I'm on AA Rockin' Heavy, so I'm going to call it AA Rock and Heavy. I think you can use any file name here, but this is what my folder is called 2. Okay, then in terms of the file type, I want to press DOS M3U at the end of the file, and that's going to turn it into a playlist. Okay, then I'll hit save, and that's that done. That's Rockin' Heavy, and we'll go out in the car in a moment. And so now basically, let me just show you this. So if I hit cross now, so you've got to make sure that you save that into the folder with all of those file names in that document. It regards it now, if I go, it regards it as a different file type. So if I go back into my Rockin' Heavy 2 now, there it is at the bottom, and it's an M3U file. I don't know if you can see that M3U file. So anyway, I'll go back in the car and show you that one. Let's just quickly make another one there. I'm going to make another one for my own enjoyment. One other little tip is, if you're thinking when you get back to your PC, have I saved a playlist here? If it's not in the folder, then providing you're saving things in the right places, if it's not in the folder, there's no playlist created, so I can create my playlist for selections 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is what I'm going to do right now. Anyway, back in the car. Right folks, so I've loaded some stuff in there now, and let's get the old USB stick in, which is now in, and show you what I've got. So let's go across to here to where I've got my USB. Go on the library there, and it does take a little while for this to, as you can see at the moment, it hasn't even acknowledged any playlists up here as where it would normally do that. So it is a bit temperamental, but we'll see if we can get that working in a sec. So I just took it out and put it in for a third time, and up here now, look, we got playlists. And now look, I've got a whole bunch. I've got my summer, my Rockin' Heavy 1, 2 and 3. I've got another selection. I've got Magnum. So I've got some bands in here. Magnum, Paul Carrick, Root Juice, Shawn Mullins, and 23, 2014. So I've got a bit of Root Juice. So there is the Rockin' Heavy 2. There's Rockin' Heavy 3. Selection 1 is there. It's taken a moment to think about this. Magnum is there. Root juice, it is there. So if I want to have a bit of this. There you go, folks. Bit of root juice on there now. It's brought all the band art across as well from the rhubarb album. This is called. It's listing all the tracks out there from the album. Look. Don't be afraid to ask questions, folks. This is doable. It's a bit of a faff, but I've now got what, 7 or 8 playlists in there, and I like to use this instead of just going on in the car, because instead of streaming, because I don't always have my phone with me. I know I normally do, but it just takes me away from the same old tosh, you know. I don't like listening to music stations that play 3/4 of the track. I don't like to be always pushed down the same road. So sometimes going back to my selection from 2012 to 13, 14, it's great for me. Hope you enjoyed that. Catch you on the Music flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.